know what you're thinking. You think Douglas Souza, made this just because I use AppMax. You're thinking, really? Of course, Douglas claims AppMax is best since he uses it, but hold on. I have the opportunity to share this content with you, to have this transparency, to have this authority, precisely because I've already tested practically every payment platform that exists on the market, and I also had the opportunity to test Mercado Pago for quite a while. What surprises me most is that even in 2025, we still have many beginners and intermediates. I'm not really talking about advanced sellers, those who already have stores, but what surprises me is that there are still a lot of people giving into Mercado Pago. And for you who have been working on the internet for a few months or even more than a year, trying to get results, you must have come across this kind of thing being talked about online, who have lost sales due to Mercado Pago withdrawal blocks, or had high fees to be able to withdraw, or even a really long delay. But you need to understand why these things happen. Stay until the end to see why Mercado Pago isn't worth using as a payment platform. For any online project, I use AppMax. I'm being transparent. I have no issues saying that. And what I'm going to share with you here isn't based on guesswork, but on experience and testing. Not just my own, but also from students, my friends, and partners. What happened when dropshipping got popular? I'm not saying Mercado Pago is a bad company because of it, but Mercado Pago brought a lot of conveniences. It lowered the barrier to entry so people could use Mercado Pago as a payment platform. So anyone could create an account and on the same day start processing payments. The problem is that people didn't pay attention to some important aspects, like a 4.99% fee for each transaction. This is already common on most platforms, but the main issue is the long payment wait times. If you made a profitable sale today, you'd have to wait 14 or 30 days to withdraw the money. This became attractive to many due to the low entry barrier and easy account setup for processing payments. But people in the medium and long term, and it's not even that long, in just a month, would already realize that their money would be locked up there on the platform. And just to be clear, you guys ask me a lot for this kind of content, comparing one tool with another tool, one platform with another platform. You ask me for this a lot, and I want to produce even more. So please leave in the comments what other type of video you want me to bring related to this. And then, bringing AppMax as a comparison, it's made for professional e-commerces. It has a human support team, quick analysis, and obviously transaction stability, which is very important. So what used to happen with Mercado Pago from time to time, even if you had your account for a long time? From 3 to 6 months processing payments, you could even manage to shorten that payment period. But your purchase approval rate would really drop. Many reported that Mercado Pago repeatedly declined their purchases even for high potential customers who didn't have a bad credit history. They didn't have any kind of financial restriction, and even so their purchases were declined even though they had a limit on their card. Now we reach an important point where I believe Mercado Pago truly failed. Support. So what happens next? Because it's simply non-existent, and when there is support, it's robotic and gives completely standardized answers. That's terrible, especially when you're talking about receiving money, about approving sales. On the other hand, at AppMax, we have personalized support, including direct contact through WhatsApp. And not only that, but the conversion reports are totally clear. They're really clear conversion reports that you get. And not just about conversions, but also reports on chargebacks if there are any, and also on the sales funnels you have. One thing you guys really like to know about is the fees. While Mercado Pago has a variable fee of up to 4.99% and long waiting periods to release the balance, AppMax has lower fees and a lot more flexibility when it comes to early balance release. Especially if you're in your first few weeks, 2 weeks, or even a month, processing payment with AppMax and delivering products. Everything in order, no complaints, no canceled orders. You can be sure that the balance release starts happening very quickly. So just so you understand regarding the numbers, while on AppMax, you have a 3.49% fee for traditional e-commerce, and for dropshipping, it's 4.99%. You can, over this period, have this same rate. It will depend on your account level to withdraw in D++, which means 1 business day. This is very helpful for dropshippers, both national and international, whether or not you invest in traffic. Now, it's important to understand the importance of this fast cash flow that we need to have in dropshipping. And besides that, it's a 1% fee for payments via PIX, which we know today 80% of people are really buying through PIX, it's impressive. For me, it doesn't even make sense to have bank slips anymore. It just doesn't make sense. The bank slip is more for the payment deadline. But PIX really made things a lot easier. But I'm not just talking about the overcharge fee. There's the approval rate issue, which AppMax exceeds 99%. Seriously, it's almost a 100% approval rate, and you can test it yourself. Integrating AppMax into your system without extra investment or increased traffic, paid or organic, and keeping visitor numbers the same will significantly boost your approval rate and sales. I've used AppMax for a long time, but I've never made a video like this, even though many of you request it in the comments. Asking, Douglas, I'm starting out in the paid market, which is easier. Am I on the right track? Look, and I'll just say here that it's not that the paid market is bad. It's great for quickly and easily selling simple items on the marketplace. Now, if you intend to build a business, even if it's from scratch, but you want it to grow in a structured way, even if it's gradual, whether or not it relies on paid traffic, it's important to have a good conversion rate quality in relation to the visitors you're bringing to your structure. Ensure you have stability, even though true stability doesn't exist. Having more is still better. AppMax will deliver that to you. I have only positive feedback about AppMax as the payment platform for my e-commerce projects. There's no reason to pursue professionalism without a solid platform for our store. If we work with a payment platform that's going to keep blocking our balance, blocking our payments, I assure you, switching your structure is truly worthwhile. For AppMax, I'll include a link in the description so you can see the detailed AppMax fees. And the purpose of this video isn't just to attack anything. That's not my goal. That's not it. My goal with this kind of content is to bring you clear information based on my experience, the experience of my students, followers, partners, and friends who know how important it is for us to use a payment platform that doesn't block our balance, that approves our clients' payments, and that doesn't give us a headache, because it's already hard to sell. And then, when we go through the process of having a sale declined or a balance blocked that keeps you from being able to grow, your business shouldn't just be about personal profit, but investing back into it. That approach doesn't work, right? But, as I mentioned, I leave the AppMax link right below so you can check out the fees. But based on all the information I shared here, it's worth testing, it's worth integrating. So that's it. I hope this content was clear for you. Subscribe to the channel for new videos every week like this one, and leave a comment below. What was the biggest lesson you learned using Mercado Pago? If you've ever had any kind of problem, leave a comment here. I'm sure other people will relate to it. But that's it, guys. A big hug and goodbye.